Well, Diamond, tell us kind of how the band got started. I know originally it was the Ohio Untouchables. Was that what we started out as?
Well, not me and you. I'm telling you
No,
right
no,
now, we
not
wasn't there.
me.
And not me either,
True.
Cameron. Listen, the band started out the Ohio Untouchables in 1959.
Mm,
I was 9 years old. I wasn't part of the band then, Cameron. I was second, third grade, fourth grade, or something like that. You know what I mean?
right.
Dreaming up my dreams for the next 20 years, okay? But yeah, started in 1959. Sugarfoot was not even part of that band at that time. It was Greg Webster, who was the drummer,
Mhm.
Satch, saxophone player, Pee Wee, trumpet player, and Marshall, the bass player, called him Rock. Those are the four primary members that continue on through some process of the Ohio Players. Okay, now in 63 or 64, Sugarfoot was brought in. Prior to Sugarfoot, there was a guy called Robert Ward. Okay, there was a guitar player and sang vocals. I think he still might be around today, but he was the lead guitar player. 63 or 64, they called him Sugarfoot because he was green. He was young. He was a greenhorn. Called you Sugarfoot, Sugarfoot. So they called him Sugarfoot and Sugar. And he came in 63, 64, and that's when they changed the name to the Ohio Players. Okay. Around 70, 69 or 70, they brought on a guy called Junie Morrison, Walter Junie Morrison. And about a year or so after that, they brought a couple of horn players in, Marvin Pierce and Bruce Napier, who played trumpet. Marvin played trombone with the band. Bruce went to trumpet. Of course, Pee Wee was there at sax. They had a five-piece horn section at that time. Marvin had been previously with a band that I was with at that time called the Overnight Low. We were called the Majestics coming out of high school. We changed our name to the Overnight Low. What a fancy name. People say it every day. The Overnight Low is going to be, here we are. That's what we thought. Anyway, that group turned into the group Sun. But prior to going into the group Sun, Marvin had been in the Majestics with Clarence Willis, Chet, who's with the band today presently, and myself. Okay. And so I had never seen the band. This is 1971, 69, 71, 70, 71. The Ohio Players at that time had Pain and Pleasure out at that time. Pleasure was coming out right at that time or whatever, Cameron. And right is when they had an occasion where they needed a drummer. Greg Webster had gotten sick. I had never seen the band. Well, from them giving me the invitation to sit in and see if I could replace him for that weekend, we had the occasion of playing with the Ohio Players, and I was with that band called Overnight Low. I had never seen them, but I had heard Cameron in different places that we would go to. Y'all guys are good, meaning the Overnight Low, y'all guys. But there's one better. You know how you look in the mirror and they say there's one better. And they said the one better is a group called the Ohio Players. That dismayed me a lot, Cameron. I kind of took a little salt in when they said that. But nonetheless, I've never seen them. Some other guys in the band had, Marvin being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
He went on to be with them, as I mentioned. And he called and said, Greg had gotten sick. Can I send him for them for a weekend? Now, back to the time that we played with them, Cameron, is at a place called the Lakeview Palladium. I thought at that time we were getting ready to take this group that I'd heard about that was called, Wyatt Earp, and all these Doc Holliday and all these terrible characters around town. And we was just going to just beat them up, just annihilate them. You know what? They've heard of certain people, but they haven't heard of me. Did you hear me say that, Cameron? I said that, okay? Listen, we did our thing on stage and they came behind us. And you could hit daggone water just flowing because they swashed us up, man. They knocked us out. The crowd was going crazy. They hit that big mops was going out, just wiping the floor with our butt. You know what I mean? And I took that whooping very bad. I took it, but all night long I said to my girlfriend then, to my wife now. That means like 56 years ago or so, Cameron, that this happened. I told her then. I said, the band was incredible. Uniforms, lights, all kinds of stuff they had going on at that time. Just a level so above what we were doing with our local. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I said, but the drummer played a shuffle with them all night. I could hear that. I'm tuned right in. I said, he played a shuffle. The band played kind of funky around him. I told her, I said, her name is LaDon. I said, LaDon, if I ever get a chance to play with this man, I'm going to take his job. Ring that door, that ring, it happened. It was Marvin. Can you sit in for the week? I said, yeah. So I went to practice with them. Cameron, this is a true story. It's in my book that I'm writing today. They went to the hospital and they fired him at the hospital. He was the leader of the band. His name was Greg Webster. When I sat in that weekend, they said, we have found a drummer. I was that drummer.
Wow.
Talking about dreams, talking about words. Yes, that's how it happened. Now, that happened for me in 1972. Mm-hmm. In 1973, we recorded the Ecstasy album with Motown. The band had recorded 3 albums with Motown, Pain, Pleasure, Ecstasy. Off the Pleasure album came Funky Worm. When that 45 hit, Cameron, I was the drummer on the road. Mm-hmm. I told people, all the people say, Tommy, you recorded, on the album? No, I didn't. I got a 45 in my game room that the record company Westbound gave me for my promotion of the song. So I got to go 45 on my wall. But I didn't record it. And but I promoted the song and played. Anybody saw that song live, or, when we were out, they saw me play it. Okay. Right. But then coincidentally after that, we went to, the other record company, and started the hits of Skin Tight and all that ring of hits there. And that was around between 73 and 74.
And what was it like being out there with a different sound, having that full band, and even to this day still playing with that full band, not using computer generated sound effects, if you will, for the full band sound?
Man, computer generated sound effects. People out here using the same daggone tracks. People out here pantomiming in front of the public. They just don't know. They're playing everything. The horns, the drums, the vocals, the whatever. And in some cases, if you were to listen very closely, you can hear the voices of people who aren't even here on this earth presently. Are you kidding me right now? It's like, wow, now that's deep. So when I say everything, I mean everything. We are dinosaurs to a point. And I don't mean it doesn't hurt me at all because I'm still around.
Right.
But playing and singing live, everything that you hear is being performed. Not being programmed, not being processed, not being, added. This is no additives or excessive things coming at you. We're doing everything that you hear, we are doing and singing. That's a rare entity today, Cameron, without a doubt.
That is cool. Now, for you to have the influence that you've had on other generations, and for the other artists to pay tribute to you, if you will, with having samples included by so many other artists, what kind of a pat on the back is that for you?
I don't need no pat. I need money, Cameron. I'm tired of the pats. All the pats don't add up to a dime in the bank. Listen, on the serious side, Cameron, without a doubt, man, I think, this band has been constantly within the medium of either advertisement or somebody sampling or, or movies coming out or whatever the deal is. And that's nothing but a blessing, man. That's, after you hear artists that are coming out with some similar even sounds that they don't give you credit for, but I say, I know they got that from me right there. I hear Ohio players all in that, okay? That's okay too. Because I tell you, for the most part, we didn't come up with it. We did it too. We just did it clever from anybody else at that time. It wasn't like we were developing music. Are you kidding me? It had been done. Notes had been played. We just played it in a way where it was new to the public, okay? New and kind of unique, you know what I mean? Without a doubt. We developed a unique sound, and more importantly, we developed musicality within this band. We didn't stay within one realm. We were just not an R&B band. We were not just a funk band or a pop band or whatever. We played all kinds of music, all kinds of titles, and we pride ourselves in that. We might have played Funky Worm, but we also played a song called Contradiction. Are you kidding me right now? How relevant is that to today? Our music has lasted because we were thinking about where we were going. We played a song called Little Lady Maria. Now, what funk band was writing songs about Little Lady Maria? We did, okay? What funk band would write a song called Angel? Or more importantly, Sweet Sticky Thing? Are you kidding me? What a title. What a title. What a song. This is not a funk band. We had so much, man, we were gunslingers with music at that time. Topics, titles, music, musicianship. You know what I mean? The full realm, melody, bass player, the melody, the drums, the whole trip, man. Listen, there was no band, I'll say this quite proudly, like the Ohio Players. At that time, we were a band, incorporated, integrated to a point we did everything ourselves, okay? We wrote, we produced, we mastered, we came up with concepts and designs, everything ourselves, okay? Three platinum albums in a row, 2 platinum albums in 1 year. Yep. Who does that? Like on the commercial, who does that? I don't know. The Ohio Players did, okay? You know what I mean? So that's where we were, and it was, but Cameron, don't get me wrong. There were exceptional artists out at that time. I mean, just unbelievable music was being written in the 60s and 70s. Just undaggone believable. Not to mention the 30s and 40s and 50s. I'm giving no disregard to, because music was music. It has been music for a long, long time until they started bringing this AI and these computers and these samplers and all that stuff. Did music change? And these vocoders and these voice correctors and all that kind of stuff. Because one thing I can say during a period of time, I know for myself, Aretha Franklin didn't need that. Stevie Wonder didn't need that. Okay. Otis Redding didn't need that. Okay. These people didn't need. Are you kidding me? They didn't need to have no pitch correction. They could sing.
Right.
Okay. Now, what these people need to do is get back to the love of music, not the love of machines. That's what's going on in this world. Okay. Get back to the love of doing it yourself. Okay. Don't use nobody. You can be inventive using somebody else's stuff as they done, but it ain't the same. Mm-hmm. You didn't do it. One thing about masonry, they make the bricks. They build the daggone thing. Okay. They can put their name on it. They did it. It's pride. It's pride. You know what I mean? When I write a drum track, I didn't steal nothing from them. I wrote that drum. Who writes a drum track to skin tight except for Diamond, a part like that? Who wrote it? I did. That's a testament to the 10.5 years of private lessons, all city orchestra, all city band, music scholarships in the summertime, getting full rides to universities. That's a testament to how much time I put into that I was able to do that. Okay. That's what it takes. It takes that to keep music being in this industry and lasting 50 years as I know it to be today, because I'm still around, it takes that to make it happen, as far as I'm concerned, Cameron. Now, I can be a little bit out there sometimes, but you'll straighten me out if I am, I'm sure.
Now, Diamond, looking back, the band started back in 59. We're now in 2023, and the amount of inspiration, the amount of like you mentioned before, coming up with new stuff that had never been done before. I mean, the Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, have they knocked it all? I mean, have you guys heard any whispers, anything like that?
Cameron, I've been listening so ever closely for any knock, tick, or bang at my door, and I can say no, they haven't. And I can also say, Cameron, at first, it didn't bother me to a point where it bothers me now, to a point where it has ruined my life and the expectations of it. But at first, I looked at it as to be what it is. The name of it exemplifies and says Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, I'm not just causing any dispersions on anybody else other than that genre that has been elected and inducted to that facility. But when they chose to go outside that genre of rock and roll, and they started to take other people, of which they have entered my category, I think thusly, and I only have one horn to blow here, Cameron, but I will blow the horn of Ohio Players, okay? AP for life, okay? Other people, I would say quite honestly, probably are deserving likewise. But as a mouthpiece for the Ohio Players, for 51 years being in this band, I think we have done more than what the qualifications say that you must do to get in. I think we are more than deserving, not more than anybody else in there, but just as much as some people in there, as to our contribution that we have made to music and artists and the advancement of this funk interim category that we have been put on as musicians within this band. Speaking for myself, Rolling Stones has named me out of the top recorded 100 drummers, number 72 of all time. So that puts me in a band with the top 100 drummer in it. What else do we need?
Yeah.
to say we haven't influenced others of all kinds. I mean, from the Red Hot Chili Peppers to Soundgarden to, friends of mine like, Alex Young, just it goes on and on. We have Snoop. I mean, just on and on and on and on. Disney has used us in some Guardians of the Galaxy, all kinds of movies we have influenced and been used throughout the years. Advertisement, Burger King, whatever, the daggone Galaxy 4 user. I almost bought a car from the royalties of the Galaxy 4. So, what else do we have to do? More, what's more of a slap in the face that this facility is in OH10. It sits 200 miles from my house. I have never left this OH10, the state of OH10. I am pro Ohio all the way. I'm an Ohio player. What a smack in my face to bring somebody else in from another state with as much as this band has done, not only for the state, but for the world in our contribution to music. We've been playing all around the world. How dare you? How dare you? I'm insulted. Cameron, I'm really insulted, And part of it after a while is like, how you get to a point, Cameron, you say, I really don't care anymore. You know what I mean? What does it mean? Listen, on the other side of it, only because we have been blessed so many ways. Yeah. I cannot listen, Cameron, I cannot be negative one daggone iota and say that I would truly, at this point, truly have missed it, okay? Because I have never missed it, Cameron. So many beautiful things happening in my life. Are you kidding? Every daggone second of the day, personally. So I don't and will never miss it. I will say that quite truthfully. Listen to me. Right now, today, my daughter, I just found this out by looking at the advertisement, is the first Black director on Broadway in 40 years. She's directing The Wiz that's going to Broadway. She is co-directing The Notebook that will be on Broadway. She's the first female Black director in 40 years. You think I'm worried about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? My other daughter's an HR director for the Dayton Public Schools. My life, my family, everything there's more things more important to me. Now, I tell you, on the other side, Cameron, some of the Ohio players, Satch, Pee Wee, Marshall, Sugarfoot, and even Greg to that point, because he was on the ridge, all of them are gone, okay? It would be great before any of the rest of us leave. The three of us presently in this band, Billy Beck, Chet, and myself, out of a 10-piece band that we have on stage. And I mentioned the rest of the guys' names, Johnny and Mike, Johnny Cotton and Mike and Kenny Anderson, Mike Allaby, and Ronald Nooks on stage, along with Billy Beck, Chet, and myself. Then we got road manager Bobby Greenlee and stage manager Jerome Thomas and house engineer Jerome Watson. All of them are part of the family. So I got to mention all my guys. But, I would like for us, some of us to see it, and get in and be able to say thank you. You know what I mean? For the work that we are presently doing. I've been with this band 51 years, man. We're still out there. Even after COVID, 2 years taken out of my life, that we were really, really, really rolling before then. Because Cameron, that first gig after COVID, I thought Muhammad Ali had come out of the grave and just beat the shit out of me for about 12 or 13 rounds, man. Just, I wasn't fighting hard, but I didn't last around. It was, it was so hard, you know what I mean? At this age, you know what I mean? But things are going well now. So, we've gone through the mick of this entertainment business and we haven't given up. So that should be something that should be worth getting into the Hall of Fame. Just the fact that we're still around and we're still in business. It was 2 months ago that we were in Stockbridge, Georgia, and it was the first occasion that I had to play with one of my hero groups, Tower Power.
Oh, wow.
We rocked it that night in Stockbridge, Georgia. I got to meet David Garibaldi. He said I was his hero. I told him he was my hero. We went to heroes, giving stories back and forth. Man, what a night. You know what I mean? That keeps things moving with us, and never, in fact, I don't ever think I had seen them live. Now, we had played in different occasions where they've been on one night, we've been on another night, different state fairs and all that stuff, because we do state fairs all the time, all that kind of, and the band had gone to see him on one occasion, but something I wasn't feeling good or whatever, but I never seen him. So it was just great night. And things like that keep happening in our lives, man. So I have nothing to say about anything other than thank you very much when they let me in, Cameron.
That's right. That's right. Now you talk about your daughter and the pride you take in not only influencing another generation, but I mean, you're doing it right there in your own family and Broadway. I mean, how cool is that?
Man, that's the coolest thing ever. Listen, she did her thing. She was a musician. She is a musician. She plays about 4 instruments. She's a choreographer. She dances and sings. You know, she went to AMDA in New York. She got a full scholarship to AMDA. You know, she was in the Junior Philharmonic Orchestra here in Dayton, Ohio. You know, she practiced, 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 practiced. She got that from her daddy. She can tell you a story about the first solo contest she went to where she was ill prepared, and she came and was crying at her daddy about, you know, when her daddy told her, well, you know how to make that happen and stop that next year. Practice, practice, practice. And that she'll tell you that story just like I did. Okay. So yeah, you come up with those kind of, you know, and I'm so proud. Nonetheless, it took her to do it, Karen. You know, she'll be the last one to spout about her daddy, who her daddy is. It's all about her right now. And she's doing a fine job. She is literally on fire. But she went through the process. She went 3 years over in Europe and did musicals and stuff like that in Europe. She did the original musical Rent on Broadway. She was in Aida with Elton John and Tim Rice on Broadway. She did the leading part on Broadway of Rent, you know, and Aida. You know what I mean? So she did her due diligence to be where she's at. She's always wanted to change. Like when she was playing her instruments one day, she came home, she said, Daddy, you know what? She's in a pit orchestra. She said, I'm not going to play in the pit orchestra anymore. I said, why? She said, they can't see you down there. And that never bothered me, Cameron. It bothered her. She said, I'm going to take acting. Right there, she just changed like, you know, a light bulb. She went into acting. Just like when she was in Renton doing Aida, whatever. She said, you know what, Dad, you know, you have to go to work 8 shows a week or whatever. The director's doing. I'm going into directing. And she has, okay? And she's a Disney director, and she's doing quite well.
Awesome. That's awesome. Now we talked about the Hall of Fame. I know that there is a petition. If folks would like to be a part of the petition to get the Ohio players in, where can folks find out more about that, Diamond?
You can go to the Facebook page, official Ohio Players Facebook page, and it will take you directly to the signature and where you can sign up to petition us getting in. I don't know. I don't know if a petition we need like millions. You know what I mean? We don't need like. I think there's something. You know, Cameron. I'm amazed by how the network or the internet will work for some, but it won't work for others.
Right.
I'm amazed by how people will jump on certain things, you know, and for what reason. Okay. Now, I don't know if it takes begging or paying everybody some money or whatever the deal is. Somebody needs to let me know because we need your help. Okay. And all it takes is your dad going in there and sign up thinking we should, you know, give me a vote of getting in the rock and roll. Won't cost you nothing. When you say it's free, Cameron, normally that brings in a lot of people right there when you say free, no matter what it is.
Right.
But when they find out you might not be getting no hot dogs free, then maybe they back out or something, you know, and they're thinking about food. I don't know. But we need everybody to come in and sign. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now Diamond, where what's the band doing now? What's on the near horizon?
Oh man, we are next month we're doing a hospital. It's not a fundraiser. I guess it's a holiday party in Atlanta, Georgia. It's on December 8th. And then thereafter, right now we're booked in February for a gig at Bethesda Blues and Jazz in the Washington, D.C. area. I think it's around the 16th. And right now we have already booked the Ohio State Fair, August the 2nd for next year. We're at the Ohio State Fair. We have cruises and all kinds of stuff that are calling in and other gigs that people are putting us on. We've been working with Live Nation, doing some of the funk festivals and stuff like that. Other things have been scheduled. Our phone is ringing, which is good. Now, when your phone's not ringing, that's bad, okay? But when you've already been booked for the Ohio State fairs and some other fairs, as we have been, that means they want you. So we're doing a fine job out there, man. We had a good year last year. We're looking forward to a great year this year.
That's right. Well, Diamond, if folks want to follow on all the social media, what's website and everything, is the website the best place to get the link to all the rest of it?
The website, the official Ohio Players website, will take you everywhere you might have interest in going about the Ohio Players. We have somebody that's monitoring that situation. Their name is Raven Ward. We have merchandise online that you can buy. You can stay in touch with the band. You can get newsletters from the band. All of that is being orchestrated on a multimedia site And we have all that available for all our friends and fans. Yes.
That's right. Well, Diamond, it has been a pleasure to catch up. I had a little more hair, and you had a little more color in your hair as well. I think last time we
Yeah,
talked.
but I still have hair. I want you to know I still
You
got
still
hair.
got
Okay.
that.
Okay. I'm not gonna let comment say the only cool guys are the ones with no hair. I'm not taking that comment. You can be cool with hair too. I heard you on my TV. Don't say that to me. Telling players got hair. Players got hair. That's all I can say.
That's good
Okay.
stuff. Well, Diamond brother, it is great to reconnect again, and you've been an influence to me. I appreciate you showing a little respect to me early in my career, and it's meant a lot to me over the last 20 years. I appreciate you, brother.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you even saying that. Okay. And if I've been, as I mentioned, an influence at all, I only, want to continue that influencing others in a positive way. That's again what I think we're here for. I wish you nothing but the best. You take care of yourself, man, and many good dreams to you. All right.
You as well, and hopefully we'll catch up again real soon, brother.
All right, bro. See you.